and welcome back to Courageous Conversations 2. My name is Raven Dixon, and as always, today I am here with
Kim Bracey, the Chief Executive Officer of YWCA York.
How are you doing today?
I am good this wonderful summer day. How about you?
I'm trying to stay cool in this hot weather.
Yeah, but it's summertime.
It is, it's June. And with it being June and Pride Month, we wanted to discuss the LGBTQ plus rights and representation within this episode.
That's a good topic, I think. Obviously, it's essential to talk about it this month, but every month, just like Black History. We should talk about these areas where civil rights are just that, regardless of a person's background, how they identify, and of course, right now, during these trying times. So thank you for this topic, and let's get into it.
Absolutely. I think it's very important to just acknowledge how there are people behind the cause. And a lot of times that's during these trying times, I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that these are people with real feelings and real emotions and real experiences.
Yeah. I recently read an article how Black history tied into this as well, too. There was a person who was Black, who was the lead around the whole initiative of acknowledging rights of the LGBTQ plus community. 1969 Stonewall event was part of that, and this person was part of that as well, too. So Black history ties into all of these elements, and always, because we, particularly as a YWCA, we're about eliminating racism, empowering women, and protecting the rights of everyone, and advancing freedoms and justice and dignity in all spaces. While YWCA York may not have a specific lens or vein, if you will, in this topic area, we support organizations in our community that can give more direct attention, and we be the supporting cast or there to champion the causes as well. One comes to mind to me, the Rainbow Centers here in York County, and we are a partner agency for them, and we'll support their efforts, and they in turn support the work that we do here. So it's good that there are organizations that have risen to the occasion to really advance the rights and the dignity that everyone should have.
And I think as that foundation, because without that, everything else would crumble.
Indeed. The foundation, we can't forget our history. That's what you said from the beginning. There are so many people whose shoulders we stand on, the movements that have already been out there, that have solidified, I think, the purpose and created that foundation for us to continue this hard work, for sure.
And I think that's with things like the legalization of same-sex marriage, like how over time it's grown so much, and it's been almost like 10 plus years now.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. Some of our audience knows I served as the mayor of the city of York, and it was my distinct honor 10 years ago to be it was huge. Several couples, many couples who connected in a civil ceremony as the married couple because of that law being changed just 10 years ago. So you're absolutely right, but it was because of the foundation that we got that far. So many people, I learned at that time, had already been living as a married couple, but having the government acknowledge them, allow for benefits when your employer doesn't recognize, or didn't at that time, your same-sex partner as your spouse.
Yeah.
That law allowed that, and in many cases allowed people to have benefits that they weren't privy to. There's so many areas that we don't think about that livelihoods are affected by laws of the land, good or bad. So that one 10 years ago was a historical one, and one that I was honored again to be part of, to oversee a ceremony with 20 plus people saying yes together.
I actually went to my first Pride Festival last year in Lancaster, and I got to see how that community showed up and they showed out. Oh
my gosh.
I think it was just amazing to see people of all different walks of land together and unified in the same cause.
Yeah.
When communities are able to come together like that, it really shows that level of trajectory and how important it is for the culture in general.
I agree. And you can count on having a good time all day long. Our LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters know how to have a good time, respecting one another, all different walks of life, economic status, race, and no one like pointing fingers or holding anything back. We're here, we're together, one cause, and we're gonna have a good time.
And I love the principle or the fact that you were talking about our mission, how we're promoting that peace, justice, and equity for all. And I think a lot of people forget about that part of us as YWCA.
Yeah. And, and every YWCA is different. Recently, had a conversation with our sister YWCA, and their focus is on a specific area that ours isn't. I know of others around the country the same way. So I won't say yay or nay, who's doing it right or wrong. We rise to the occasion for our communities. But that mission is out there, period. Mm-hmm. Eliminating racism, empowering women, peace, justice, dignity for all. And everyone, all YWCAs that I've encountered, at least try to live in that space of nothing else. And we don't be the LGBTQ initiatives here, but there's a great organization and community of folks that do that and are excellent in that. And we partner with them, and when they need us, we're there because it does tie into our mission and what we want for a more just community, I think.
And I think those relationships matter, especially during the course of the year and how things have changed so much. And just having that sense of community, I think, also helps bring that sense of optimism. It's all be okay in the end.
Oh, that was so good. Man, you're absolutely right, Raven. I love that. Yeah, there's days most of us feel like, oh my goodness, what are we doing this for? We're giving up. But when we have a strong partner right there with us, rolling up their sleeves, we know it's going to be okay. And to encourage one another, I think, is as important as well, too. That's spot on. And representation matters. Advocating and supporting initiatives that promote LGBTQ rights and representation is what we should all be rolling up our sleeves doing, knowing that there's true allies or an allyship out there that advances our causes, means the world. I'll never forget, again, another story from when I was serving as mayor, and folks really recognizing the fact that this African-American woman was the mayor or is the mayor at that time. And we're going to support that person, regardless of the background, regardless of what they look like, kind of thing. And wore my hair different ways all the time. From locks one day to whatever. So, I think being there and a strong advocate, period, and having allies means the world to people.
It's that way of getting a voice out, having that voice be heard.
Yeah. And we all know there's power in numbers, too. Yeah, so, the squeaky wheel gets whatever, it's cliches, but there's power in numbers that moves the electorate, that moves initiatives, people to say, we're not the only ones in this, and a gazillion other people here with us. So, yeah.
And I think especially during these trying times with there being numerous individuals out there who are discovering that sense of who they are and navigating that sense of identity as it represents them, we cannot forget how there are numerous resources that will always be here for you.
Yeah.
Because to our very listeners, to the people who are taking the time out of their day to listen to us talking about this, we want you to know that you matter. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Courageous Conversations 2, where bold voices inspire brave action.